Namaste students, this is JVN Brijesh Kumar Yadav, Faculty of Education and Methodology, Jyoti Vidyapith Women's University, Jaipur. Students, I welcome to all of you in my digital class. I have prepared this lecture for BSc BEd JDVC first semester. Paper name is Diversity of Microbes and today's topic is lichen. Students, lichen is one of the most interesting topic in botany. You might have studied about lichen in your previous classes. This lichen is a kind of symbiotic relation, and symbiotic relation you might have studied in your 12th standard, especially in relation with leguminous plants, that bacteria is inhabiting in root nodules of pulses. Okay, you might have already studied, and also I expect you might have studied about lichen in brief. But students, here this topic you will have to study in detail. What is lichen? What is the historical background of lichen? What are the components of lichens? Where they found? What is the habitat and habit? Structural types, reproduction, and economic importance. All those aspects you have to study in detail over here. Okay, so let's start. Lichen. Lichen, as you all know, that this is the example of symbiosis where fungi and algae are mutually related, mutually associated for beneficial cause. Okay, let me explain again. Symbiosis is a relationship between two organisms where both the organisms are getting benefited and no one is getting harms. Okay, means both of them getting benefit from each other, such as the example of symbiosis is legume root nodules association, where bacteria is staying inside the root nodules of the pulses, which fix atmospheric nitrogen, and this atmospheric nitrogen fixed by bacteria is utilized by plant roots for their nutrition. And for bacterium, root nodules provide habitat, shelter. Okay, so in this way, this association between two organisms are the symbiotic, in which both the organism is getting benefited. Okay, similarly here another association of symbiosis, which is lichen, in which there are two components. One is fungal components, another is algal components. Since so far we have already studied about fungi and lichens. Okay, now we will understand this lichen in better way, because we have already studied fungi and algae. As you all know, fungi are heterotrophic, they cannot prepare their food material by their own way, whereas algae are autotrophic in nature, means they can prepare their food material by their own way. So algae provide nutrition to the fungal part, whereas fungal part absorb minerals for the algal part. So in this way, this is the symbiotic relationship between fungal and algal components. Okay, so let's start. Lichens are peculiar dual organism, means two organisms are composite organisms formed by symbiotic association of fungus and algae, which I have already explained. Okay, this is the relationship of two organisms, and those two organisms are fungi and algae. These two organisms live in close association with each other so much that they appear as a single organisms, and these two organisms are formed a single structure, that is appeared they are single organism, but internally they are two organisms. One is fungal, another is algal part. Okay, the fungal member is known as mycobiont, and the algal partner is known as phycobiont. As you all know, two terms, mycology and phycology. Mycology is the study of fungi, whereas phycology is the study of algae. Okay, so these are the two components, two partners of lichen, which are mycobiont and phycobiont. Algae are intermingled in hyphae of fungus. Okay, as you all know, mycelium and hyphae, these are the structural unit of fungi. Okay, hyphae are filamentous structure which formed in aggregation of many hyphae, that is mycelium. Mycelium is the structural unit of fungi. So in this hyphae or mycelium, algae are associated. Okay, fungus is parasitic to algae as it is takes nutrition from the food produced by algae due to the presence of chlorophyll. You all know why algae are autotrophic, because of the presence of chlorophyll. That's why they can undergo the process of photosynthesis, whereas algae enjoy protection in the hyphae of the fungus. Okay, reproductive organ in lichens are, however, entirely fungal character. Students, this is very important character of lichen, that which part of lichen associated with sexual reproduction or reproduction. So here only fungal part, only mycobiont take part in the reproduction of lichen, not algal part. Why algal part do not participate in the reproduction? Please write your answer in comment box. Okay, please reply me, I will wait for that. Okay, so now we are moving towards the historical background of lichen. So the term lichen is a word of Greek origin, imply to simplify a superficial growth on the bark of olive tree. This was the initial information. The term used for the first time by Theophrastus, who was the disciple of Plato and Aristotle in his history of plants. And these two philosophers are well known. I hope you people are knowing about them. Although Theophrastus has described only two lichens among plants, were either an Usnea or an Alectoria. Students, these are the two lichens which were described in the history of lichen. They were the first time described. And other one was economically important lichen Rosella tinctoria, which is well known for its valuable dyeing property. Students, this is the third lichen, name is Rosella tinctoria, which is used for the isolation of dye, coloring. Okay, so here you can note down these three lichen names. At least you must remember 10 names of the lichens. Okay, I may ask in your examination. Next, the same or somewhat similar lichens are also referred by the Greek physician Dioscorides. Okay, in his work on Materia Medica, that is AD 68. Okay, so these are some of the historical background of lichen. Now there are many more things are here, but I have came with only brief informations, only those aspects which are important for you people. Now, distribution of lichens. The lichens are found all over the surface of the earth, and their distribution is controlled by climate and substratum. Means where lichens should be found, it depends on the climate and the substratum where they grow, where they found. Okay, a study of the distribution of lichen reveals that certain species of lichens are universal, whereas some families are more abundant in particular regions than other. Means some of them are universal, they can be found anywhere, but some of them are pertain to particular location, particular area. In India, lichens are very common in the eastern Himalayas with an annual rainfall of approximately 83 centimeter. Then in the western Himalayas where the rainfall is much less. So in India, most of the lichens are found in eastern Himalayas. Why? Because of the rainfall, that is the climate. Okay. So students, we have seen distribution. Now habitat, habit and habitat, where they found, what are those types of lichens. So lichens are found in wide variety of habitat, usually in dry conditions. They are commonly found growing on old walls or roofs of house, leaves, trunks and branches of trees, bare ground and on exposed rock. Lichen is almost the only organisms where no other plants could survive. Okay, this is another unique feature of lichen which we will discuss in its economic importance of lichen. It is very important from environment or ecosystem point of view. It has great importance in succession. You might have studied in your ecology class. They are the pioneer species. How they are pioneer species, we will discuss about it in later. They can withstand extreme of heat, cold and drought. According to their habit, lichens are classified into following three categories. One is saxicolous, lichens that grow on rocks. Means those lichens which found on the rocks, they are called as saxicolous. Second group is corticolous. They are generally found in barks. They are generally confined to tropics and subtropics where there is plenty of moisture. Third is terricolous. They are terrestrial and therefore they live in the soil. So students, these are the three different group of lichens on the basis of their habitat where they found. Okay. Students, so far today we have seen what is lichen, what are the algal component, what are the fungal component of lichen, and what is the historical background, habit and habitat in their distribution. Students, on next class we will study some more about lichens. Thank you very much.